Make sure that's pushed.
On WBGZ, brought to you by the Halpin Music Company.
Another Thursday night in the Riverbend Talent on the Big Z, brought to you by Mr. Matt Van Voorhis of Macias Insurance and the Halpin Music Company. I wanted to say that properly because, you know, the closed captions always like put something really weird in there. And you would think, man, you know, eventually these AI bots would figure out how to do closed captioning if you train them and say things properly. But I don't think it really works.
Well, they're supposed to be learning, so, you know.
We'll sea shanty sing along. I get that wrong every time.
You know, if our former guest Jeff Nelson is listening, he writes AI right now. He's writing you an AI program to.
There you go.
Nah.
That's why they had the edit screen, and I do go in and edit the first part of it so that we get our sponsors named in the closed caption.
At least get the sponsors right. Everything else is Google Gawk anyway.
Yeah, well, you know, I've enjoyed for years watching bad closed captioning. I often think to myself, you know, the people that really need to use closed captioning, I wonder if they just got a different perspective of the world because they've read things wrong.
I never thought about it till you just said it, but I wonder how many of them it's like they can look at it and know exactly what was said. They can, you know what I mean? They're so used to the mistakes that they can use context to fill in the blanks. But then again, if they get it wrong, it does change the perspective.
It could.
Do you see what was on National Geographic today? You're only 5 years old.
Hey, the Speed Demon Cruising is happening up in Bunker Hill. Red's Tavern started at 6 with Spanky and the gang. Going until 9 o'clock up there in Bunker Hill.
Already underway.
Yeah. Frankie and the House Shakers down at Patrick's in Granite City already underway. Blake Bolts. This one just added late today. Playing at the cabin at Judy Creek until 9 o'clock. Scott and Michelle already underway. Started at 5:30 up there at the Prairie Inn in Dorsey.
Yeah, I talked to Michelle for quite a while today, man. What a lovely person she is.
Scott doesn't know about that.
Well, don't tell him.
Well, you just did.
I didn't.
Scott listens to the show.
He's busy. He's playing right now.
Yeah.
It says right here.
Good time. He goes back and listens to the show. How about that? You can do that on our YouTube channel, for those who don't know. Find everything at Cottonmouth.org. Cross the line at Fast Eddie's tonight, 7 until 10. Let's see, Matt Tall already underway up at George's Pub and Grill in Jerseyville. Goes until 9. Jim Messina playing at the Wild Theater in Edwardsville.
Loggins in Messina.
I was waiting for you to sing.
Danny song.
Yeah. Please don't sing.
Yeah, I'm not going to sing it this time. I'm going to spare you. I'd love to see you cringe when I sing, and you're like, oh, it's horrible. But, you know, I'm going to spare you tonight.
Sometimes you nail it if it's the right singer, you know. Mike Sonderreger already underway at Big Daddy's in Edwardsville until 9. Let's see. Experience Live Music Grove started at 6 down there in Belleville every weekend. A festival going on. Kevin Gruen and Tom Norton down there at Copper Fire, and Kevin at Benny's Pizza. Yeah. So that's our Thursday night.
Did we get Tyler Hammond?
We did.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
All right. I
Go somehow get him again.
Let's get it, man. Tyler Hammond. Get him again. Get him 3 times, man. Tyler Hammond, 6:30 to 9:30 at the Old Herald in Collinsville. And you probably said it and I just missed it, man.
Well, you know, we can always give another plug. That's what we do every week here on Riverbend Talent. If you're a newbie, thanks for being a newbie, and hopefully you'll make it another minute or so.
Right. Hang in there. This is only going to get better. Once we start talking to a guest, this show has the possibility to get interesting.
Especially tonight.
Yeah.
We have a returning guest, and they get better and better every time. Because they know what we do, and then they go, hey.
A lot of pressure. No
pressure, but we expect nothing but perfection from you. That is the voice of my friend Mike Snider, of Kooliverse Art and of the Conservatory. And you know, I met Mike because of his art. It's Kooliverse. And I don't remember if I saw it at the Conservatory or if I saw it at the Mississippi Earth Tone. I'm not sure. I can't remember where me and you bumped into each other. But I had you come in on the show. We talked. We've hung out outside the show, and I think of you as a kindred spirit, someone who's always looking to just have a good time and make the environment around them look and feel more interesting.
We people for sure.
Oh man,
we people.
I always have a good time, not only talking to you, but the times that we've worked together. It's always a pleasure
same,
because you work in very large pieces of art, and the times that we've worked together and done things have been mainly at festivals, and really throwing a festival is a big piece of art.
A little bit.
A big piece of moving, living art. So
I'm not going to claim that we inspired one of his latest pieces of art, but
Why not? Why not?
Well, I know you haven't been on Facebook, but I've seen several pictures of your radios. Old time radios, new time radios, kind of all mixed up radio. You had a little radio tower.
So
I'm on a radio kick for sure. I don't even remember if last time I was in here, if I was working on the 10-foot by 12-foot Brooklyn piece with the radios in it.
no, the
other radios.
I think the last time I remember you, the last big piece I remember you talking about was going to be the hip hop altar.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
I remember you talking about that.
All right.
And I remember talking about the Elton John with the wings. Actually,
All right,
I remember
all right.
talking about that. I don't remember talking about the radio
So-
tower. However, I have talked to Mr. Mike Snider on the phone while he was in what I call his his fortress of solitude,
Yeah.
which is his radio tower. He's inside, in the middle of it. How big is this tower?
So, well, first I want to take it a little bit in order so I don't
Let's
get confused
do it.
because that comes real easy. But so about 3 months ago, I made a piece to kind of a tribute to the birth of hip hop in Brooklyn, and it's got 5 boom boxes in it. It's got the one from Do the Right Thing. It's got the one from LL Cool J's debut album. Not the exact one, but the
Close.
exact same model.
Right.
Like identical, whatever.
It looks like it, just the number's different.
I don't. Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
But actually, those 2 radios are like in the Smithsonian.
Nice.
Like,
Right.
But anyhow, and then another one is like the biggest. They're all 5 of the radios in that piece are 5 of the largest boom boxes ever made, and I was not rich enough as a 12-year-old growing up to get one of those, but man, one of them will play full-size 33 1/3 records, and it plays both sides of the record. Which blows my mind because
Yeah.
like
It's
you
kinda
can't
like
you can't take a minute to flip that thing over, like in it's got double the engineering in it, like it'll play both sides of the record.
A bottom needle. I mean, if it's a vinyl, right?
Yeah, well it
Oh, it doesn't
sits
flip it.
it sits
Sideways.
Sits sideways.
it's vertical.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like it would be a
Side to side.
inside and
Left to-
outside
left to
needle.
right, yeah.
There's no
Gotcha.
bottom top.
I got
but
it.
anyhow, yeah, it's pretty wild. But anyhow, a couple of those radios I ordered from Japan. Now, anyhow, there's $9,000 worth of radios in that,
Wow.
and they're broken.
Okay.
All 5 of them have something wrong with them because working.
You're right.
The bad boys are like $5-6 grand a pop.
Oh,
Like I'm talking like the original OG. Like they're hard to
Anybody who's got one,
First
doesn't
of
wanna
all,
get rid of it unless they're getting
back in '82, like who's gonna drop 3 weeks pay on a rate? Like not too many people are buying the largest, most expensive radio you can get.
Right.
So even back then they were rare. Like how many people did you know? I mean, everybody had some kind of boom box,
Yep.
but nobody had. I mean, you couldn't roll into Sears and buy these things. I'm talking like they're the size of your suitcase.
Yeah. And like you say, so not many are sold because they're top end, and not many people are dropping that much money. And how many of them survived the years?
Yeah, and then
Very
think about them.
few.
They were, very, very few of them survived. They're crazy collectible. All your, hip hop aficionados are really buying them up. The people in Japan are buying them up. They're crazy hard to get, find, whatever. But that's one of the things I like to do is put stuff in my art that when you see it.
You know what it
Like
means.
you're like, okay, like that's the that's that.
That's the real deal. Yeah.
That is the real deal. You know.
I saw LL Cool J knock a guy out to that one. No, I don't know.
Don't sleep on LL.
Right.
All kids these days think he's an actor. I'm telling you what.
Dude, I've got his 78s, man. I got some vinyl LL Cool
yeah?
J.
Yeah, I've got
I'm
that.
down.
I do too. I do too.
Yep.
So, do you have a boom box that you had growing
Man,
up?
I had a
Did you have one,
Panasonic
you remember?
that I thought was so big. I did. I've been looking for it too.
Hey.
If anybody out there got a 1981 Panasonic dual cassette, dark gray boombox, send me a picture of it. If it's the exact same one I had when I thought that, I was in like 6th grade and had parachute pants and wanted to learn how to break dance, and I lived in the country on 60 acres. Let me tell you about it, man. When you live in cornfields, southern Indiana, and you're 12,
Right.
and all the kids are listening to nothing but rap. It's crazy.
Right.
But it'd be kind of cool to find that exact same one.
It was, who wasn't listening to Michael Jackson?
Nobody.
At that time. I don't know anybody.
Michael Jackson and Madonna. People don't understand that.
What about you, Dennis? Did you ever have a boom box that you remembered? Like that you like was so proud of?
Took
when you got
like
it?
12D batteries. Like you couldn't even afford to buy the batteries for it. Like it would.
Right. Or carry it once they
Right.
were in.
I was more into indoor stereos at the time because they got pretty crazy too.
Oh, yeah.
In the same era.
Yeah.
Right. Building a sound system in your house, right?
Right.
And car radios were really big for a
Oh, yeah,
while.
big time. And the extra
Even
speakers.
before hip hop. This is back in the 80s when I was a little kid, right? But I got to admit that my favorite all-time radio is an 8-track. The old 8-tracks, right?
Oh, yeah.
And it had TV band on it, so you could like scroll through the TV stations. Of course, they barely had cable at this time. Not dating myself, so
Right.
there's only like 5 or 6, local channels that you could pick up.
Yeah.
But it had the weather on there, all kinds of different, beyond FM and AM.
Right.
Right.
I've got a few boom boxes that didn't make the cut, didn't make it into my that piece, and one of them has like a 12-inch TV in it.
I had one like that whenever I was actually in college. I wasn't even a little kid. I might have been like right at the end of high school, but I was living by myself and I didn't have a TV, and I bought a boom box right down at the pawn shop right down here with a 4-inch
The 4-inch one, yeah.
4-inch black and white
A lo-
TV.
A lot more of them had the 4-inch screen
it had
than
the-
had the
It
12-inch
had the
screen.
4-inch black and white screen, and,
Right.
and I remember being so excited. When I was like, even though I was kind of an adult, I'm like, man, I had never had a TV before. Like, I'm pretty poor at that time, so
There was pretty gangster because you could take that, slap 12D batteries in it and take it down
yeah.
the park, the basketball court, and you'd be like, watch TV, like thinking you're,
but it was also like my TV at home.
Yeah, that's a little less braggadocious there.
I remember actually my dad saw it and he laughed at it, and he gave me a 12-inch black and white TV that he wasn't using.
Uh-huh.
And we would always take Pink Floyd albums and put them on, and then take the paper sleeve and put it in front of the black and white TV and turn the lights out. I don't know why. We were weird. I can't explain it. Anyway, let's get back to the radio tower. So
now we'll jump fast forward
the
here.
hip hop Brooklyn with the five big boom
Got the
boxes.
Brooklyn one done. It's 10 feet by 12 feet. It's at the conservatory. Probably weighs about 500 pounds. I had to buy an 800-pound engine hoist and fasten it to the ceiling to hang it. And then I had some problem with it. And there were like 9 people at the bar. And I had to have like 9 people come over and grab it, and I was worried about like crushing a couple of them. Like
Sure.
if a couple of them were
500 pounds.
young ladies, and I was like, no, nobody, don't let go of this thing. And a couple of them were like, well, if that cable breaks, will this come down and hurt us? Well, yeah, it will.
Right.
That's why you better hold on tight, because they'll come down and
No, you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
no, don't let go.
Oh yeah, don't let go.
If you're talking to me, don't lose concentration, because. So anyhow, we got that hung. But all right, so the one I'm working on now, the last 10 years of my life have been. I'm going to do something that hopefully gets me discovered, and it doesn't work, and then I get upset, and then I was like, okay, well, watch this, and then I make something bigger, and that's been a revolving door over the last 10 years. So apparently, 10 foot by 12 foot isn't big enough. Nobody cares. So I'm like, all right. So my latest one is I'm making a 14-foot tall statue. It's going to be of an angel. I've got 135 tube radios that I've been collecting for over a year. I've made a 10-foot tower that's 6-foot diameter out of these radios. Check me out on Facebook, Michael Snider, Kooliverse. You can visual, check it out.
Kooliverse with a K.
I was
Right,
just getting
right.
ready to say that.
Kooliverse, Cool Universe, basically. But so
that's the base of the angel.
that's the body of the angel. I started out thinking I could give her some curves. Didn't work out so well.
no hourglass shape.
It did not. I could not stack radios in the actual form of the female form. Maybe it was, I don't know, but anyhow, I'm almost done with the tower.
So it's more of like a cone, like an angel that would top a Christmas tree, but this would be a big Christmas tree.
Basically a tower, somewhat
Yeah,
cone-ish,
yeah.
right? Conical.
Okay,
Right.
I like
Like
it.
that,
I like
some
it.
kind of term there.
You are a wordsmith, sir.
A little bit. Well, no, I think that's an actual math term,
Yeah.
maybe,
You
allegedly.
pulled it out.
All right.
I'm impressed.
So I bought a 280 drumsticks, thinking I was going to make some wings out of drumsticks, and then spent about a week messing with that and realized that it wasn't going to work. So we got a box of 280 drumsticks in it sitting in around at the house.
Something tells me you're going to make something else out of it.
Yeah, they won't go to
They
waste.
are not going to waste.
All
Right.
you got to do is show up at gigs and people break them all the time. So if nothing else, you can just,
Right,
sell them right there.
right. Something will get made out of them. You can't go wrong. I mean, they look good in a pile. You could dump 280 drumsticks out on the ground and be like,
Are they-
wow, that's a cool pile.
Are there various size drumsticks?
No, they're all, I bought them in
Exact
bulk. I
same.
bought Amazon.com.
All right.
Cheapest ones,
See,
280.
And
So you don't know what size. I was just curious.
Oh, is 5A a size?
Yeah. Probably.
Okay.
I'm not a drummer, but I know,
All right.
I know
I
there's
think
different
they were
sizes.
5A
that sounds right.
Okay.
something. Yeah, believe me, they're not. I mean, they're,
I know 5A is an organization. So, I mean,
don't they save pets or something?
Right.
Right. But anyhow, so the wings I'm working on, I've just finished the wings. I wound up buying 9 guitars. I was going to make wings out of guitars and mess with that for quite a while till I actually got that to look right. But I didn't use all the guitars. But I've got each wing is 3 guitars. I've got a bass. Each wing has a bass, an arch top, and basically a Les Paul style.
Nice.
And it's working. It's working.
Les Paul, you picked a heavy one there. Those are heavy guitars.
Bro, things, each one of these wings is it. I did not know, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I don't know nothing about. I don't play guitar. I don't carry any. I did
You
not
should have
know.
called me. I would have told you about the light guitar.
I did not know how heavy. And then these bass cars. No, I did not. I did not know. Honestly, man,
this thing's gonna weigh a ton when it's done. Man.
Word.
Luckily, it's an angel, so it can fly wherever.
Right,
you need it to
right.
go, so it's fine.
But I was thinking about, man, it'd be cool to like hook these up to some like shoulder pads and like they could be worn technically. They'd be heavy, but can you imagine like,
yeah,
that would be, I don't know,
that would look awesome.
I don't know where you'd go with that.
On stage somewhere that's pretty
Kiss
big.
would be jealous.
Oh yeah. Well, I've seen. So you have like a set of wings that you've made.
I do have a 10-foot tall set of wings that I have worn to the some art fairs, the Arctica, Mississippi Earth Tones Festival.
Yeah. I got a picture of my friend Shannon dancing with him on
right
at Framley.
That was hot too. Like I was like, there's one thing watching some dude walking around with 10-foot wings, but beautiful woman dancing.
Oh yeah,
forget about it.
Forget about it. She's an angel.
Yeah, that's where the direction you want to go.
So you built the wings and then you actually attached them to like one of those. Like backpacks.
Yeah, it's a
steel frame that's meant to carry like
a metal frame, military backpack frame. Yeah,
and so
still got it.
It just straps on your shoulder. So could you do the same thing with the guitar?
Yeah, I could.
Yeah, but instead you're going to put them on the Angel.
Yeah.
So.
And then I've got.
We need mini guitars like what Foghat plays. The little
mandolins, ukuleles.
There you go.
I've got some of those too. Hey, by the way, people out there, if you have any unrepairable musical instruments of any kind, I'm interested because I take broken guitars, broken speakers, broken woodwind instruments, broken pianos, and make cool stuff out of them. So, and I'm not opposed to paying a little bit of money if, like I've got a, what is apparently $1,000 guitar, but it was like smashed. But I took the pieces and glued it back together and kind of like touched it up a little bit, so it looks pretty gangster, but it's not repairable apparently. So if you got something that's unrepairable that you want it to have another life, drop it off the conservatory.
Yeah, you'd like to see it live on in art. Yeah, and a lot of people have old acoustic guitars, old electric guitars that they haven't done anything with. They bought it at Sears Roebuck back in '72, and it broke
the neck
or something. Yeah,
it's got a big crack down the center of it,
or even like I don't know if you're interested, but like when my kids were little, we bought them all kinds of little toy acoustic guitars that the strings would break, and you don't fix the strings because they're not made to repair, but you still have this acoustic body that that could live on in some art.
I have a suggestion.
Yeah.
Swing into our sponsor, Halpin Music Company.
I should.
And talk to Kelsey Chavez. She's one of the repair people.
Yeah.
They repair all the instruments that kids play in band at schools. So you might expand your instruments there.
Yeah, because there might be a point where they go, no, this one's not worth repairing. It's going in the junk.
Or we got 4,000 of these valves. We don't need all 4,000 of them.
Yeah.
Right.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So swing in there.
There you go.
Tell them you listen to Riverbend Talent.
Actually,
don't tell them that, man. They will escort you straight from the front door to the back.
Shout out Alton Music Exchange. They hooked me up with a couple of guitars, and they got a whole bunch more. I'm about ready to go score. Jared, brother, I'm sorry. I told you I was going to take like 15 guitars off of your hands. I was supposed to get the keys to my new art studio 3 weeks ago, and still don't have them. And so as soon as I get those keys, I'll be down to get all the rest of those guitars. Also, is it Mojo's? Mojo's
up in Edwardsville. Yeah.
Shout out Mojo's. Thank you very much. Those brothers, didn't know them, never met them. They saw some of my art online and were like, "Oh man, we got a." They had a really cool big keyboard that apparently was unrepairable, and
Nice.
a couple really nice other guitars that were in a flood and were unrepairable, and they just gave them to me. So
That is Mojo up in Mojo Music in Edwardsville. My buddy Tom Pullen.
yeah, that cat.
Me and Tom go way back like car seats.
What's up, Tom? Appreciate you, brother.
Done plenty of time in U-Hauls and stinky hotels with that guy back in the day. A lot of miles on the road, man. What a great dude Tom is, and awesome to hear that they hooked you up with that, because
Right.
it's just onward and upward with the whole project.
They were really cool, man. They were just like, we dig what you do, and we'd like to see these items have another life.
Well,
And they sought me out.
And so I'm sure you've seen the band Accidentally on Purpose.
I believe so.
They play all over. That's two of the Tom's kids. His daughter.
Oh, yeah?
So it's Fox and what's his son? Jacob. Sorry, it took me a minute. I'm picturing him with his long hair. He's been on this show with like 10 different bands, because he was in every band for a week, it seemed. Or he would be filling in with bands. So yeah, Jacob, the Accidentally on Purpose band, great band, and Tom up there, great guy. But your radio tower. When you think,
All right, yeah, because I
okay.
gotta finish the visual on this. So anyhow, all right, so I've got
You got the
135 tube radios in a 6-foot diameter, 10-foot tall tower, wearing 6 guitars as wings. And then for the head, I've got a drum from a drum set. It's not the snare, it's not the bass, it's one of the ones in between.
Tom.
A tom?
Yep.
All right. I've got a tom drum. Basically, I've got a 16-inch mirror ball that spins, wearing a tom drum crown that I'm decorating with piano keys.
Oh yeah.
So
And where's the home for where will this angel live?
This won't fit through a door.
Right.
It's got nowhere to be. It's got no destination. It's just pure ignorance. I can't store it. I can barely move it. I don't care. Like, I'm just going to keep making bigger stuff and weirder and badder and just like, it's got to exist. Somebody's like, we need to see it. We need it in the world. I don't know. I don't know, man.
Right.
It might be in a storage garage for its whole life. But I don't care. It's got to be made. It's got to
go. Here we go. I got it. And I may be wrong about this. Did you at one point in time work for the St. Louis
City Museum.
Yeah.
Okay. We need to start something
Like
like
that.
that. Over
I'm
here.
sure.
We've got an angel on top of the building.
I'm sure many a time somebody told Bob Castley, you can't hang a school bus or an airplane on the side of a building. And,
And
it's like, guess what?
Dude, that dude was so awesome. And that place was an amazing, and one of the it's so crazy.
Still changes every time I go there. There's something new.
I can't help but think how much art we could get in this building.
Which?
This
building?
Stratford, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know. Do they have
And it's
do they have a room
tall.
with a 16-foot ceiling?
Well,
Probably do.
We got a big roof. So
Yeah, this won't quite last outside.
okay.
Some of the radios
We'll
are
put a clear
wood.
coat on it.
Look, maybe. Like I really want it to I want to take it to music festivals and have it be available for outside display.
Okay.
However,
6 foot diameter.
yeah.
Okay.
However,
we got to talk about that.
yeah, right. It isn't going to do well in the rain because all those radio bodies would swell up and warp, and that ain't. I'm not going to be happy about that. Also,
So you're gonna need some tarps in case you have it at a festival.
yeah, but
Rains
even
are
if I
coming.
cover it with a tarp, it becomes a giant sail, and this is like
yeah,
80-year-old plastic.
Yeah.
I mean, these things
You-
they can barely support. Like literally, these are. It's called Bakelite. Most of these radios were Bakelite. They're like Art Deco,
Yeah.
and
I can't help but think though, if you're searching for a festival, and all you have to do is look for the tower, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a great way to draw people.
And if you got a big disco type ball for the head.
Yeah. No, it'll pop.
We make that thing actually spin and put lights.
Man,
on it. It'll be a beacon.
Something
man.
about the size of a gym
Oh yeah.
would be, oh my gosh, stick this thing in the center of it.
Hanger would be good.
Something like, something anywhere in that size. Like you could stick this in the middle of your prom and it would just be magical.
Yeah.
Could you get it inside, or would you have to like?
Do they have
assemble
double
it?
doors?
Yeah, well,
Do they have a 6
depends on
foot?
where we're talking, but
Yeah.
And you need at least a 6 foot wide
Well,
entrance.
I
to get the
can
back- to
get
the-
it through some. It wouldn't quite have. I could. Right now, I actually transported it recently. It was a freaking nightmare. I built it in the first 8 feet of it. I built in my living room.
So it's 6 foot around, 8 foot tall in your living room. How do you get that out?
Well, I had to take it apart in what I'm calling donuts. It'd be
Okay.
like if
Yeah,
you
yeah,
stacked
yeah.
a bunch
Yeah,
of
yeah,
donuts
right.
together to make a tower.
Sure.
So I had to take it apart in donuts, and it was very unhappy. Like turning the donuts vertical from horizontal, that all the weight was
You need a bar
Like
in the
a-
middle to kind of hold it.
So I recently moved it out of my living room and cracked several of the radios, and I got it set up in a garage basically now, where I'm trying to finish it. And I've spent the last week building a metal framework on the inside of it from $200 of aluminum stock and a bunch of quarter 20 bolts. Like I've got basically an erector set in the middle of this thing now. So it will be transportable, but it's a pain.
man, it sounds amazing. Sounds amazing, that's for sure.
I was gonna say I haven't seen it yet. I know I was talking to you the other day when you were in the center of it. We were discussing how it was built and everything. And that's if you haven't seen any Kooliverse art, you're missing out. The easiest thing to do to check out some Kooliverse art is go down to the conservatory. It's there anytime the conservatory's open.
80 pieces in there.
80 different pieces. It's all over the bar area walls. It's all over the entire upstairs is nothing but a place to hang out with Kooliverse art all around you, which is kind of what you like to do, is create cool spaces that people want to hang out in
And on Friday night, you can listen to Derry Garcia's Lonesome Blues do some Grateful Dead.
while you look at the Kooliverse art.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's Friday night, 8:30 to 11:30 at the Conservatory. Derry Garcia's Lonesome Blues, and Derry is he's a guy who practices and gets better. And man, he's really really getting good at what he is laying down, man. That he did that Terrapin Station course over the Winter Jam, and man, that is a heck of a piece of music to put together right there. So, very impressed. Color me impressed. What else we got going on Friday night?
On Friday night, we have City Heat at the VFW in Alton, 8 Sickmeyer Company, 2 to 5, and Truckers, 7:30 at Fast Eddie's in Alton, 10 times 0 out at Baker's and Hale from 7 to 11 in Godfrey. Carl Mager, 7 to 10 at the Grip and Sip Golf in Cottage Hills. Flip side doing the Moose and Wood River from 7 to 10. Andrew Dahl up at George's Pub and Grill in Jerseyville from 6 to 9, decade apart. Doing 2 nights down at Deutsch Village Inn in Pontoon Beach starting at 8:30. An Elvis impersonator, Pigpen, by the name of Terry Phillip. He's going to be playing down at Tegan's on Friday night at 7:30. Open mic with Lisa Doss at the Manhattan Social House in Granite City from 8 to 11. Dusty Coleman at Pavia's Place from 7 to 10 in Granite City. Under the Influence, and They're playing at Patty McDee's at 8 o'clock. Got cut off the paper, Pigpen. I had to do that by memory.
I was impressed because I'm like, I see half that, but I don't know what's going on. It's just the top half.
So Jim Messina again at the Wild E on Friday night.
Nice.
And the Grand Arson right across the parking lot at the backstage. It's called Backstage now. It was the back bar. And that starts at 9 o'clock. And, man, they posted like 3 months worth of upcoming shows, which I love when I see that because, people can plan to come to a show if they know there's going to be a show, right? Yeah. And I love to see them posting stuff. But they also put on there, they've got a few open dates. So if you're looking for a gig, you might want to check the Backstage in Edwardsville, right there by the Wild E. Grand Band around the corner at Big Daddy's on Friday night from 6 to 9 in Edwardsville. Midlife at the 1818 Chop House in Edwardsville from 6 to 9 on Friday. The Barn Jam happened out in the Marine, first one of this season. And they'll have Short and Mist kicking it off at 6:30. Salmon Creek and Scott Marlin with the man behind it all, Gene Livin' Loud.
All right.
So that's happening on Friday night. Ryan Holting doing the cabin at Judy Creek from 7 to 11. Dave Horton at the Rustic in Warden from 7 to 10. Eric Brooks down at H's Bar in Belleville. They got the Experience Live Music Row, including Clueless down there at Copper Fire, and Roaming Home doing 8 o'clock slot at Schmitty's in Belleville. And at the Conservatory on Saturday night, your Godson's playing.
Yeah, Unknown and Sailing coming into town, and that is my godson playing in that particular band, and along with Unknown and Sailing, you got Silver Material, who are another great band.
Yeah,
Happy, I don't know who that one is.
I've seen them down there. They've
Have you seen
at least one time down there. I haven't heard them.
I haven't seen that or Prude, but I know that Unknown and Sailing and Silver Material, man, you got two really good original bands going on right there.
Yeah.
So
Just
and $5, you got 4 bands. That's not even, that's like $1.25 a band.
Yeah.
I mean, that is the cheapest entertainment you're ever going to get. What else can you get for $1.25?
just seen Silver Material and Unknown and Sailing on the road to Point Fest over at Pops.
Yeah.
And man, those bands are getting better and better every time I see them.
Yeah, and you never know how those sort of things are run, but we had so many good bands from our side of the river in that Point Fest this year. I thought for sure one of ours would at least go to the finals. But, probably some folks know other folks over there. I don't know if that's really how it goes.
Well, Silver Material in their interview explained how it all goes down. And it sounded pretty fair.
Yeah, it's ticket sales.
Well, you sell tickets, but
there's also
they don't put them in the bucket unless the people show up.
Right, which I like that.
So, yeah, and then they just draw out of the bucket. There's no voting, so it's a luck draw. But the more tickets you have in the bucket, the better chance you have to win.
Yep, there you go.
So that's kind of a weird thing at the end there, but
you got to have
everybody's got a chance at
right.
it.
Everybody's got a chance. So there you go.
So they're doing the Pasta House reunion.
Oh yeah.
Down at the Lodge, the Lovejoy, on Saturday night with the Mad Baileys playing from 7 to 10.
Right on. And that is on Saturday night. Also on Saturday night, we got Cricket and the Grilled Avocados at the VFW.
Your cousin?
Yeah, my cousin. And
man, this music scene in Alden's incestuous.
You're dug in, bro.
I am, man.
Yeah. Cousins,
Mob Deep.
godsons, they're all related. Everybody's related to, you got Kurt Copeland related to you. You got the other Sean Copeland.
There's a lot of folks, man. I've been around a while, so I met a few of them.
You've been everywhere, man. You've been everywhere. Exit 52 acoustic, 2 to 6. Truckers at Fast Eddie's at 7:30 on Saturday. The Blackwater Revival acoustic out of Bakers and Hale from 7 to 10 on Saturday. And Godfrey Rewind 3 to 7 and Foreplay 9 o'clock at the Pump House in Wood River on Saturday night. Moondog playing from 2 to 6 at Sparky's in South Rock, Santa on Saturday. Logan Chapman 6 to 9 at George's Pub and Grill in Jerseyville. Cabin Fever at the Hog Pit 2 to 6 in Grafton. Chaz 45 from 4 to 7 at the loading dock in Grafton. Synergy at the Grafton Winery from 3 to 7. Jim on keys 1 to 5 at Aries Resort in Grafton. Roaming home doing 1:30 to 5:30, and then Hooky at 7 o'clock at the Grafton Pub.
Ooh,
Mr. Matt Tall,
Ooh, at the
who's
bloody
Mr. Matt
Bucket
Van Voorhis' cousin. They're related, right? 7 to 10 at the Bloody Bucket Saloon in Grafton.
They're Stubblefield brothers.
That's right. Matt Tall, Stubblefield, Matt Van Voorhis, Stubblefield.
Yeah. We got Joints 22
Yeah.
at the Oyster Bar in Grafton, which, man, good Cajun food. Holy smoke. I ate up there last week, and I had no idea how good of a game they were bringing with their Cajun food up there.
Right on. So we got Decades Apart, night number 2 down at Deutz, and then the Crawfish Jamboree.
Yeah.
You tried to get a guest from there.
I was trying to get Katie Hubbard to come in, and she wants to come in and be on the show. It's just, she is a busy woman with a career and a music going on the side. So, but we're going to get her in here. We're going to get Katie in here real soon and
A lawyer.
and meet her.
You said she's a lawyer?
Well, and that's the thing is that, I don't know if she wants to put me in jail or keep me out. I got to find out before I get any closer.
I was wondering if you were looking for a new lawyer, maybe. I don't know. Just curious.
My old lawyer fired me.
Can never have too many.
Right?
Also at the Crawfish Jamboree, Scott and Michelle from 4:30 to 6:30, and then the Southside Bluesy Boys from 7 to 10. That's a Mexican Honorary Society down there in Granite City. It's right off the stoplight. You just turn there and then take a right back into the neighborhood.
Yeah.
The Samurai 5 are doing Patty McDee's on Saturday at 9 o'clock. Fast Times at Bendy's in Granite City from 7 to 10. Toxic Johnny out at Holiday Shores Marina Bar, 6 to 10 on Saturday. Ryan Holting, he's doing the backstage on Saturday night at 9 p.m. Right there across from the Wild Iggy Theater parking lot. Peter... See, I was going to remember how Scott and Michelle said this when they were here.
Cry Shock.
Is that right? Cry Shock?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, he's doing.
I think I'm guessing.
See, I'm wondering too. My mind does not go back a week. I mean, that's a long time. Anyways, the project. Pete Kryshak, hopefully that's right. 6 to 9 to Big Daddy's in Edwardsville. Trophy Mules out at Global Brew from 7 to 10 in Edwardsville. Scruffy looking Nerf Herder. 8 o'clock at Lyle's Tavern in Maryville. Blake Foltz, who I've been meaning to talk to you about.
Yeah.
Did you check out Mr. Blake Foltz?
I don't know that I have seen Blake Foltz play yet.
I thought, okay, I'm getting them mixed up. Never mind.
Oh, no, wait.
Wasn't he at the...
No, I did meet Blake Foltz.
Right, yeah.
He is a great guy, a great player. Man, he is... He told me he only played guitar.
He's moving our camera.
He is. He told me that he only played guitar to have something to sing to, and man, his playing, his finger picking, all of it was really good. So yeah, I'm sorry that the name for a minute I'm like, no, I don't know it. Yeah, Blake Foltz did a great job. I look forward to seeing him again.
Well, you can see him Saturday, 7 to 11 at the Cabin at Judy Creek and Glen Carmen. How about Swain Productions presents Fire and Ice, the Pat Benatar tribute, out at the Miners Theater in Collinsville. So,
I
Swain
saw
Productions going to hit you with their best shot.
before I put another notch in my lipstick case.
And hell is for children.
And I saw this on cottonmouth.org 3 days ago, and I thought at the time, I got to call old Tom Swain up. I haven't talked to him since last time he was on the show, and I love to see that he is still, after all these years, putting on shows, because he was, when I was pretty young, he was one of the first promoters that I met and got involved with.
Did you see how many people were playing down at Experience Live Music Row on Saturday?
I have not. Let's take a
the
look.
page there.
Holy smoke.
One every hour. There must be, 20 people?
Oh my gosh. That's half the page is filled up with bands for this one event.
You'll have to go to the website for that one, cottonmouth.org.
And Vanna Lee, which is Ruby Lee's little sister. Oh, I don't know if that's true.
Amber Lynn.
I see a Vanna Lee down there.
I forgot.
I do see Amber Lynn.
Yeah,
That's not the one I know, I'm sure.
I can't help but see it.
I've seen her movies. She's good.
Yeah. Great actress.
Great actress.
Crossroads out of Wild Pickens. They're opening up the patio finally out of Wild Pickens in Chesterfield. So
Nice.
Crossroads going to do that 5 to 8. Of course, Fat Kitty, speaking of Amber Lynn, 7:30 to 11:30 at Martin's Lane.
Fat Kitty's her sister Ginger Lynn.
All right.
Family show.
Family show. We're working blue here, boys. Let's keep it clean.
Hey, Triple S is playing.
Triple S.
That's right. Sarah Springman Shoemake. I'm saying it right. You're going to say it wrong, but I'm going to say it right.
Oh, Schumacher.
Alpha's Brewery in St. Louis, Triple S. And Ruby Lee is playing.
I see that. Ruby Lee
In
is indeed.
Centertown, Missouri. Only $5. There's a chance there's no way there's tickets left for that.
You know,
She's headed to the Grand Ole Opry.
I don't
August
know,
2nd.
but you don't know how many people they seat at the spring festival at Apple Creek Farm, because this could be outdoor. There could be $105 tickets still left because they got a field that they're going to put you in, and
Could be.
it doesn't sell out until the field's full. But yeah,
I hadn't clicked on that link since I found it, so that's why she's selling out every show.
I was going to say she's selling out every show and heading to the Grand Ole Opry to do a gig, and still blown away that little girl, when I first saw her when she was like 14 and she already had a CD, and I was so impressed with that. And here it is not too many years later and she's on the top of the world, man.
And Sunday is Mother's Day, and
Yes.
Happy Mother's Day, you mother.
I am a mother.
Pretty sure it's a different holiday. But
Oh,
I have a certificate from the Scholastic, not department, Scholastic Education. It's a company. I couldn't think of it. And I bought so many Dr. Seuss books when I was a kid. Like I got on this monthly thing after I bought 20 of them or something, they sent me a certificate that says, Sean Copeland, you're a great mother. And I framed it. I love it. It's one of my prized possessions. I knew I was a mother. All my friends call me a mother constantly, but to have a certificate proving that I just wish it would have.
I guess we are celebrating you then. I'm sorry. I stand corrected.
I wish instead of a great mother, it said a bad mother. you a bad mother. Yeah.
I'll be listening to Frank Zappa and the Mothers
Oh, yeah.
all day.
Yeah. That's a great way to celebrate.
That's always fun.
Let's start with Freak Out and work into We're Only in It for the Money. And
There are some venues closed on Sunday, but quite a few open too. So
well, let's talk about that real quick.
you want to? You're excited about
I am
because it's your day now?
It,
That's how it goes.
I don't think that's right, but
No, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure that works.
Because you're a mother, all right.
Right.
I bet
got
if
the
you ask
certificate and everything.
I bet if you ask my wife or my mother, they're going to disagree with you. That it is my day to make sure I do something nice.
They might be the first two to step up and say, yeah, he is.
Okay, touche, pussycat.
Right.
And then they'll probably start giving him jobs that they do all the time that, now he has to do since he's the mother. So yeah.
Well, if it's feeding time, come on over here.
I mean, some people like to play God, but wait till you get the job.
Oh no, I don't want it. I don't even want to be a boss, let alone I want to be in charge of nothing except. And I probably shouldn't even be in charge of myself. Let's get this anything Sunday we're talking about. Let's do it, man.
Well, the Pump House is going to do a show on Sunday. We haven't mentioned them on Sunday in a while, and that's Matt Waldershy.
All right.
Pump House from 2 to 5. Yacht Rockers at the Loading Dock at 1. 2 Pedros at Grafton Winery from 2 to 6. And scruffy-looking Nerf Herder 2 to 6 at Grafton Pub. Dan Sproat 1 to 5 at Aries in Grafton. You can see that type of lineup almost every weekend up in Grafton.
Oh, man.
Saturday and Sunday. Matt Heaton is playing out at Holiday Shores Marina Bar from 2 to 6. And I heard there's a fishing tournament.
Nice.
Every fish you catch, you hand it to Matt Heaton. Okay, I'm making all that up. But
I heard you throw it at him.
now, wait a minute. The Matt Heaton brothers will not stand for that.
I'm going to find Matt Heaton waiting for me outside wanting to beat me with a fish.
Drew Lance, the other one, and guest.
There we go.
Possibly some fish. I don't know. Could be his guest. The band Fish. I don't know. It could be anyone was the guest.
That would be
The
awesome.
band Fish is coming to St. Louis.
See?
Yeah. When is that happening?
I don't know.
Me either.
I'm not that guy. You're that.
Yeah.
You're that guy.
I'm not that guy right now.
No, not.
I should be, but I'm not.
That's fish with a pH.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, you took me back. You took me back.
Well, I ran into Mike Montgomery last night, and he was talking about Fat Chat.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Fat Chat is a radio program that Pigpen and I put together. We actually were shooting it to what station was that?
It was 97.1.
97.1.
Right.
When they first turned talk, they wanted shock stuff. And we were like, well, we can do that stuff.
They had some Phil Henry and some stuff, and they were wanting to lean that way.
Yeah.
But I think we pushed it a little too far.
Yeah, we made a fake radio show.
Made a couple of them.
They had guests like Bob Marley.
Yeah, Bob Marley was our
So we
guest.
took his voice and cut it into pieces like we were having a conversation.
Oh man, that's funny.
We had Ozzy on with us.
We had Ozzy. we wanted all the dead ones. Oh wait,
yeah.
I always thought he was.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Was actually part of the original joke. Was all of our guests were going to be people who were deceased, which makes it funny.
Right.
And then we did the first one was Bob Marley, and the second one we're like, Ozzy's dead, right? No, Ozzy's not dead. But, we did it. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, Mike Montgomery. How's that?
There was an interview with a filmmaker who harmed animals. Right.
Oh,
in the making of his film,
and
very
an artist,
controversial. And an artist.
And there's an interview
here,
with an artist.
Here was the art, Mr. Michael Snider of Kooliverse. So this guy was a taxidermist.
Okay.
Okay. But he took all of his figures and put them in odd positions that they wouldn't normally be in.
Oh.
So you got like an ostrich with his head in the ground and maybe another animal sort of behind him, you know.
Right.
You know.
Controversial positions.
Yeah.
Like a raccoon on top of a dolphin's blowhole.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I can't even go any farther with it. I can't even go any farther with it.
You think up. I'm just saying.
Okay.
You thought that up.
All right. So let's get back to some real art talk
yeah.
here. Mr. Mike Snider.
And you teased us a bit earlier about a building or something or other.
Yeah, I heard that too. A gallery.
Oh.
A new gallery that you were waiting to get your keys to.
What?
Man, I don't know. I'm supposed to get the keys to a building that's like 30 by 90 ish.
Tall ceilings.
I'm about to trade a piece of art for a 30-month lease on a warehouse.
Nice.
That's 2.5 years. So, hopefully it'll go down and I'll make even bigger stuff.
Well, yeah, I was going to say how tall to the ceiling? Big warehouse.
Man, it's probably 20 feet, 20-foot ceiling.
Nice. Yeah. So local.
Very local.
Excellent. That's
One of these local buildings that unoccupied at the moment.
So, man, hopefully that would be amazing to see that happen.
Yeah.
That would be that would be pretty amazing.
If you're the one that was supposed to give me the keys 3.5 weeks ago, and you're listening, holler at your boy.
Yeah, let's get together. Well, not me and you, but him and
Man,
you.
no, seriously, man. Dude calls me. He's like, "Hey, I'm going to give you keys tomorrow." So what do?
You start getting ready.
I don't mess around. This is what I do. I'm not messing around. I packed like 20 boxes worth of. I packed all night long.
Getting ready.
Hired 2 guys to like help me move into it. Had 20 boxes of random junk in my living room for 3.5 weeks. The dudes that were supposed to help me move into the building, I don't even know what to tell them anymore because I'm like,
they're in Oregon.
Hey, are you ready tomorrow to help me move? Sure. 3.5 weeks later, sorry. And then I had already told you I was supposed to buy like 15 guitars from Jared. And I'm like, yeah, man, I'm going to get this warehouse and I'm going to come buy every guitar you have that's under $100 because I'm making because one of my goals real quick. I'm definitely collecting cheap and broken guitars, but all right, you're gonna hear it here first. I've been thinking about this idea for a couple of years, and I guess if I actually put it out there, that I'll have to do it, and it'll make me no money, and it'll take an obscene amount of my time, and I'll probably like screw it up and get sued or something. But
it could be the one thing that puts you.
But it's gonna okay. So I want to make a tribute to Miles Davis out of 1,000 trumpets.
Oh wow!
I want to get 1,000 trumpets and make a giant sculpture out of 1,000 trumpets.
Halpin Music, I hope they're listening.
And
probably not.
Worldwide. Like if you're in, Germany right now and you're listening to Miles Davis and you want to donate a trumpet to the Miles Davis, Miles Davis's 100-year anniversary of his birth is coming up in 2 years.
Yeah.
And it's in May.
Yeah.
It's like May 22nd.
So this gives you a good deadline to shoot for.
Oh, it's a deadline. Yeah, because it would.
Wouldn't that be awesome to have something like that out on his 100th
Man, you know what?
birthday?
That would put this city on the map.
I agree.
Have a giant sculpture made out of 1,000 trumpets unveiled on the 100th anniversary of the birth of Miles Davis in Alton.
Yeah.
And you know how many people, like straight up, somebody in England or Spain Miles Davis is the man.
Davis. Oh yeah.
Somebody from Japan would probably fly over just to be.
I agree.
Like wouldn't you, if you were a Miles Davis fan and they had a giant 20-foot tall sculpture made out of trumpets, it would be famous around the world.
I have never seen anything like it, and this is the place. This is his home. This is where he was born.
Stick it anywhere here, public, downtown.
Oh yeah.
I'm telling you. So, hey, if you're out there and you got mad cash, you want to get behind me on this, right?
Or if you just got mad trumpets.
Right.
Yeah. Or if you're,
that's what it really takes. Is
if you're part of, the Trumpet Society of the Universe, or
I'm pretty sure there's a Miles Davis something or other in town, right?
So there is a not Miles Davis Society, but something of that sort where they used to have an annual.
They do. I've been to it.
Miles Davis.
I've got a tribute to Miles Davis. I've made an artwork, a tribute to Miles Davis. It's hanging in the conservatory. It's basically Miles Davis's face, and he's wearing a giant crown with trumpet keys as the jewels for the crown.
Nice. That's.
Yeah, cool
ingenuitive
stuff.
right there.
Yes.
So anybody who just heard that and they're like, "Wow, that sounds pretty cool."
By the way, patent pending. Michael Snider came up with that idea.
Right. Because believe me,
anybody out there who's like, "I already got 1,000 trumpets."
There's a few folks in town that I've told that to. They got the power to run with it, and I'm like, better not see that bad boy pop up without,
You're gonna be melting some brass down. Nah.
That actually, you know what? That crossed my mind. I was like, you make something that's got 1,000 pounds of brass and you throw it out in a park and all, and you might wake up and thing be gone. It'd be somebody in their backyard trying to smelt that thing down or something.
This is why we got to put it on top of a building or somewhere hard to get to, somewhere hard to get it down from.
But think about it, man. Like they did next to his statue, you could get a brick with, you could sponsor. Basically, what I want to do is you could sponsor getting your name, logo, business engraved on one of the trumpets.
Yeah.
So your name, or engrave your own name. I'm going to basically be taking trumpets as donation, and write to my mother or something on, do whatever the heck you want with the trumpet. You're going to donate to me, and you'll, be able to come there and look at the sculpture and be like, hey man, here's the look, Alton senior class of 95. That's our trumpet, or see
the perforated one? It's mine.
Right.
I don't know.
The one that's got a bowl screwed into the end of it, that's yours.
See that one that looks like a bong?
Right.
It's mine.
Man, I'm telling you, I bet Halpin Music can help you in that direction. They probably know.
I've already contacted. There's some place that takes donations, that repairs instruments and gives them to kids. And I reached out to them and I'm like, hey, I'm digging what you're doing, but if you happen to have any unrepairable
throw 'em
stuff,
away. And Halpin
let me know.
may because they come across so
Or
much.
no,
Or know
because
somebody.
they're repairing things and looking for odd things every once in a while.
Right.
And, they may know some larger place that
they may say,
like
hey, this guy in St. Louis has got 50 of them in his backyard. They're junk.
Yeah.
But
No, and 2 years ago, I took a trumpet and I chucked it in my backyard, just sitting in the backyard, and I just wanted to see what would happen to it. Would it rust? Would it deteriorate? Would it? Nope. Apparently, it's cool, man.
Putting it to the test. See?
Yeah, because I don't want to.
You don't want to build this thing and it just rusts.
I don't want it to like. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know anything about.
So I think brass can sort of turn green if it's not polished.
It turns, well, so far the one that I chucked outside 2 years ago is turned, it definitely patinaed. It's kind of a darker, it's not shiny.
Yeah.
But.
Got some mushrooms growing out of it.
Right. It's still, it works.
Yeah. So there.
Cool.
So just about how tall would you, if you had 1,000 of them, if you had 1,000 trumpets, taking a guess, how tall would this statue be?
I don't know. About 20 feet.
20 feet.
I don't know. I don't know.
So just a suggestion. You would think that something that monstrous
That's got to be at the
that
amphitheater.
symbolizes. I was going to say that on the other side of the stage of the amphitheater, when you're crossing the bridge, it's something that you
stick it out by the river.
There. Yeah,
the people would cross the bridge and be like,
Right.
"Damn, what the
stick
hell?"
it out there on the backside of the stage, and maybe throw some cameras and a fence around it or something.
Right.
So it don't get smelted.
Right. No, it's
Maybe we can talk to Bell into donating some money because, a lot of people would be in their parking lot driving down there to see what the heck that thing is.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
honestly, I think it's one of the best ideas to promote this town I've ever heard.
I think it's a brilliant idea.
You're driving on Highway 3 South through like Granite City, and it's factories and nothing going on, and there's all those metal sculptures on the side of the road, and you're like, man, you know what? Even they got stuff. Like, we don't have any large public art. We got a couple murals, and the murals get some run.
Yeah.
But like, I mean,
I know
you can't be you can't be somebody. You can't be that kind of town without some kind of public art.
So I know exactly what you're talking about, going all the metal sculptures on the riverside going down 3. And so Granite City, we've had the mayor on a few times over the years. He's trying to reinvent it as a rock and roll city. They've got tons of places. And if you go downtown, they got the mill. Mm-hmm. But when you're still out on Route 3, it's the old army base that's the port. And not it's just big buildings and big warehouse and stuff. And that art stands out. Like,
it just makes you think
part of it
somebody around here gets it.
I was going to say, somebody around here understands that we need to brighten this place up.
It's what Alton needs.
And I agree.
Or a giant pie saw.
Yeah.
Like that. Why hasn't somebody made a giant freaking metal pie saw yet?
Wait,
Or a giant.
a giant, yeah.
I guess you'd have to do 8'11" to make it.
Well, yeah, you could make. Well, Wadlow's got his thing going. You're right. You're on it. I'm behind.
Yeah, we've got so much.
You know what though? My favorite one's the Elijah P. because that's free speech.
Oh yeah,
I don't think people talk enough about how important that monument is.
Witness. Totally agree with that.
Yeah, I mean that guy.
That's what should be next to the river.
Right.
Like pulling the press out of the river.
I was going to say there should be his printing press that should be sitting on the side of the river.
Doesn't that exist? Isn't that?
I don't know if anyone ever pulled it out of the river.
Shouldn't they? Right?
I mean, someone did, and they smelted it. No,
I don't know, man.
They're pretty angry at the time, so it's hard telling.
But yeah, I was going to say it's there's a lot of intensity going on. But yeah,
we'll get Geraldo on.
There's so much. I was there in Guam when it all went down. No, it's not Geraldo. I'm sorry.
If it's still, I don't know how it's still.
But you bring up the point that you sort of bring up is we got Miles Davis. Really, we've connected from East St. Louis down to this area as the birthplace of rock and roll.
Yeah.
Because, Chuck Berry, Ike Turner, I mean, the guys
Johnny Johnson, gotta say him first. Just saying, Johnny.
Oh, yeah, Johnny Johnson is the man.
And we've said that forever.
Yeah, you guys were mentioning that last time I was on.
Yeah, but you've got Robert Wadlow, the Piesaw Bird, Miles Davis. You've got so much in this little river town that's happening, and you would think that there would be a little more. We need that city museum building that has the giant Piesaw Bird on the top,
right,
looking over the river, and the Miles Davis statue at the bottom. Playing to the fishies, to the tiny purple fishes. I think these are all great ideas. Patent pending, people. Patent pending. Do not.
That's an old joke of his. He would say
it's
that
real,
after.
Man. They had a meeting for, hey, come to this meeting and shoot off all your ideas about things that could be done in Alton. And I went there and I rattled off, I'm talking like 100 things, and it was just, and then I was like, and then they didn't want nothing to do with me, and I was just like,
too much, too fast.
The city's paying millions of dollars for consulting on all this random stuff, and I go down to the consultants and rattle off 100 things, and then can't even get anybody to pay attention. Thanks a lot. See ya. And then, crickets, if I want to talk to somebody, I don't know. And I'm like, you know what? I need $1 million for that consultation. Or, like a sandwich or something, like something.
At least a sandwich from the brown bag.
Yeah.
That's
right.
At least you can do.
So listen, if one of these $1 million, consulting firms, comes up with Miles Davis, I mean, not made out of trumpets now. Like, I guess if they could run in a different direction, I'm cool with that. But
if they make
somebody do something, please.
If they make it out of cupcakes, it's their own idea.
Right.
That's their own thing.
But if it's made out of trumpets, then
the trumpet.
I need a fee out of that. I'm telling you.
Well, here's the thing, and you like to think that the tide's sort of turning at times where you see things change and bureaucracy lightening up, but it sometimes that's just a facade too. And if you want to do something in your community, you can't ever really count on anybody but your community to do it. You know what I mean? You got lots of friends, you got lots of people, and those people will help you. Now, if the bureaucracy doesn't want to hear it because they got $1 million consultant, well, guess what? I believe it's still going to happen. With or without him.
I'm against the $1 million consultant until until it's me.
Yeah,
like,
me, exactly.
Hey, if they want to hire me on, then I'm all for it.
Consulting is one of those jobs that I'm not saying it's unnecessary by any means.
Right, that's true.
How often you hear about, like, I've worked for a business that's paid $1 million, a company that was paying $1 million consultants to come in, and they left, and the things that changed weren't that great, and they weren't like, what was that all about? The change. It's like some minute changes happen.
I'm not against the consulting and planning. Yeah. I've been a part of consulting and plan, or I'm all for every Alton Main Street, Alton Works. I'm all for it. I'm all for big ideas and want to be a part of those and want to help in any way I can.
And I feel like
I'm definitely not against them.
I was going to say, I feel like when you showed up to that meeting, you probably overwhelmed them if you shot off 100 ideas.
I did. I had a whole
world, and I'm not telling you how to go about things, but I bet if you would have went in there with an idea or two and just kind of stuck to it, they might have. You probably made them go, oh, we got to get this guy out of here. He's going to take our job. Look at all the ideas he's got. We only got 3 ideas, and we're asking the public for ideas because we can't come up with any. And this guy's full of. So you probably kind of, you might have freaked them out. I don't know who they are. If they're listening, hey, you can come tell me if I'm wrong.
They just need to add me to the team.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is it should be that way, that it's all.
Because they were looking for local input.
Right.
So, I mean.
Well, like I say, with or without their help, I believe that this is going to happen. And I want to see it happen by that birthday deadline. So we're gonna see what we can do to start getting people to get some trumpets to Mike Snider. How do they find you?
You can not only could you drop off any trumpets you have at the conservatory, but I'm also trying to team up with Jacoby Arts Center on this. They're a nonprofit.
Yeah.
That's kind of in their wheelhouse. So if you got 1,000 trumpets laying around, contact me, the conservatory, or Jacoby Arts Center.
Yeah.
Hopefully, by the time trumpets start showing up, I've got my warehouse, and we'll start chucking them in there.
Right. Hopefully, I have a place to put them other than my
Right.
backyard with the other
Right.
trumpets.
Well, you know what? On the other hand, I mean,
That's what they're
backyard works.
I was going to say the idea is that they're going to end up outside.
They're just
Anyway,
pre-patinaed.
There you go. So there you go, man. Mike Snider, seriously, this town has a lot of great artists and a lot of great musicians and authors and all kinds of comedians now we're seeing pop up more and more. But Mike Snider from Kooliverse, one of my absolute favorite. You tend to deal with a lot of music stuff, which is my wheelhouse. You tend to deal in big pieces of art that interest me. So it's
Unlike taxidermist. I have to say that I'm sorry.
Unlike doing X to
Right.
dead animals,
You're right.
which may interest some, but
Anyhow, Pigpen, you're so into Michael Snider and Kooliverse that we went 11 minutes past the hour.
Yeah,
I bet you didn't even notice.
I did.
I did. I was like, wait a minute, is this
Yeah, I didn't notice. I'm just talking, man. I forget we're even on the radio half the time.
I know.
All right. Well, hey, thanks so much for coming down and
Thanks for
talking
having
to
me,
us
man.
about your art and much luck not only with the new pieces of art and what's going on, Jacoby's, the conservatory, everything you got your hands in, man.
appreciate both you guys, man. Appreciate it.
absolutely.
Thanks for having me on.
Appreciate
Always
you,
a
man.
blast.
Love all you people out there.
And-
Be good to one another.
Yeah, it's not that hard. It's not really. It's not really that hard to be kind to the people that you cross paths with. So let's all give it a shot. Big thanks also to Matt Van Voorhis of Macias Insurance, Halpin Music Company, for sponsoring us for all these years. How about you, Dennis? Anything?
Oh, yeah. Pigpen. Thanks for him.
Jeez almighty.
And get out and support local music and art.
That's what it was.